Hello, it's me again, Anthony, the ex-smoker. Video number 7, I think this one is. Numero 7! So, how are you? If you've watched the other videos, then I'm sure that you can finally start to come to the conclusion that what I'm saying might have some sense. If you haven't seen the other videos, I suggest you go back and have a look at them. Okay, in this particular video, I want to talk about something which is called excuses. Okay? Now, every smoker that smokes will always try to justify their addiction by giving excuses. Now, what's an excuse? An excuse basically means that you try to justify an action for the outcome of what had happened. I mean, if that's correct, okay? But an excuse when you're a smoker basically is you just particularly don't want to be branded as an addict to the drug. So therefore, you give your reasons as to why you are smoking or why you are a smoker and not an ex-smoker like me and millions of other people. Sorry, a little arrogance there, but it's true. Okay, so this is what happens. You smoke for one reason. You've established this already when you look at the other videos because you're addicted. But then you start to say to yourself, well, I'm not a junkie, I'm not an addict. But realistically you are. So what happens is, to support this reality, what you do is you manifest reasons from the excuses. Because the excuses, even though they exist, they have no actual foundation. The excuses that you give are just excuses. They have no form, they have no relevance whatsoever to anything except the fact that you are an addict, okay? So what happens is, you try to create subconsciously the real reason why you smoke in another form. The real reason why you smoke in another form. It basically means, instead of admitting that you are an addict, what you do is you give the excuses. Oh, it helps me with my boredom. It helps me concentrate. It gives me confidence. It helps me relax. What else? It helps me become less nervous socially. All this kind of thing. It helps me cope with bad news. All these are particularly just pathetic excuses. At the end of the day, you only smoke for one reason, and that's because you're an addict. But what you do is you don't want to be associated to an addict, a junkie. So what you do is you manifest all these reasons into a viable reason as to why you smoke. And you convince yourself that this is the truth. But wake up, it's not the truth. How can you justify an excuse of it gives me confidence when on the other hand you say it helps me relax? Two total opposites. One thing that has the same substances, the same materials inside it, ingredients, cannot, it's impossible that it can do two total opposites. How can it make you be confident or concentrate or do all these wonderful things when realistically all these things are either a state of mind? For example, boredom, it's a state of mind. You can't relieve boredom from taking a substance, realistically, because boredom is a state of mind. To relieve a state of boredom, what you need to do is you need to do something, occupy your mind. I like the taste. Another thing, another classic excuse. You manifest it because I like the taste. So if you like the taste, why don't you eat it? No. You light it because you need to take the nicotine because of your addiction. It helps me concentrate. No. The reason why you think it helps you concentrate is because the hour before, when you had your last cigarette, this nicotine now is diminishing. So therefore, the addiction needs more food. And because it's an addiction, you start to lose concentration, you start to feel differently, and this is what addiction does. So therefore, you possibly feel this when you need to do some work, or you are doing a project, or you are driving, or whatever, and it helps you concentrate. No, what it basically does is you think that it's going to help you because the addiction is messing with your natural stability, your natural conscious stability. So therefore, it affects your natural sources of concentration, of relaxation, all these kind of things. So therefore, because of the addiction, it is telling you it needs more food. And because it's tricking you, thinking that it's helping you become a normal person, okay, then that's why you have the cigarette. Okay, it doesn't help with anything. All it does is it feeds the addiction. It feeds the addiction. When people say it helps them with stress, another classic excuse, they manifest the reason why they smoke from this classic excuse, stress. Everyday life has stress. Life is about parts of stress. Life has moments of stress, okay, with or without tobacco. If your boss is giving you a hard time, when you put the phone down and you go and have a cigarette and you feel a little better, but when you come back, guess what? The problem hasn't gone. So it doesn't help you with stress. The cigarette before 1 hour ago, 2 hours ago, 30 minutes ago created the stress that you're feeling when you want the next one. It's just that you have two elements here. You have the stress of the addiction and the stress of life, situations in life. Mix them together and, the cigarette is going to fix it. Bullshit. The cigarette does not fix it. The cigarette only fixes the stress of the addiction. The life stress will always happen. People who don't smoke have no need for nicotine when they have stress, because that's part of life. You experience two stresses, and you're using the cigarette as an excuse to eliminate the addiction stress, but you think that it's eliminating the life stress. When you put it out, the stress of life is still there. Wake up. Do not manifest your excuses that have no foundation whatsoever into a bona fide reason that you smoke or why you smoke. You smoke because you are addicted. You need to stop feeding the monster. Let him die. I hope this helps. See you in the next video.